Good morning, Marci.
Good morning, Mindy. Thanks for having me today.
Hey, everybody. This is Mindy Cook with Anywhere But Here Travel, and I just want to introduce my friend Marci New with Alma Waterways. We are here to give you the big announcement for Monday, February the 14th. Happy Galentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. So, hey, happy Valentine's Day, Mars.
Thanks. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. You know, I'm so excited because for Valentine's Day this year at Alma Waterways, we did something new. We rolled out the most amazing promotion called More to Love sale. I think it's appropriate for such a pretty day like today. So, Mindy, I think we should talk about what our opportunities are with this wonderful new promotion.
I think we should too. I do want to say Alma means love. So why wouldn't you do the More to Love sale? Because we
Absolutely.
Alma Waterways. So there are several itineraries available, but Anywhere But Here Travel has selected four for this summer and fall to promote groups on. And we would love for people to come along with us. I'm going to go through them quickly, and then you and I will hit on each one. So in June, we are doing the best of the best of Belgium and Holland. We are doing Paris and Normandy in August. We are doing Rhine Castles and Swiss Alps, the mid-November. And then we're doing the Blue Danube Discovery that will include the Christmas markets in the end of November. So let's talk about Belgium and Holland first. So
This is a new itinerary, actually, Mindy. We usually offer this itinerary only for the Holland, the blooming of the tulip time. And about 2 years ago, a lot of our past guests said, hey, that's a beautiful area of the world, but we want to see it at a different time. We want to be able to experience the countryside more. This area is known for cheeses and beers, and they wanted to see the beautiful flowers year round rather than just seeing them during the tulip time. So we implemented this new itinerary with 6 different departures. So it's been extremely popular this year. And I am very excited to be able to offer it because these countries are so pretty. And I know you've been to these countries.
Yes.
So, you know, kind of tell us about a few of your favorite things.
Well, first thing I want to mention is 2022 offers Floriade, which is the huge horticultural event that happens only once every 10 years. And so because we're doing this in June, we will actually have passage to Floriade. So everybody gets to experience that too. But, you know, there's a lot of World War II history along this because you will go to Brussels, you will go to Bruges, you'll go to Antwerp. Of course, you go to Holland and you go to Kinderdijk to see the windmills and how that all came about. And the Delta work where they had the flood, and it's just a really neat itinerary, one of my favorites. So, but hey, summer in Holland, you can't pass it up. You can't be bad.
No, absolutely not. The weather is beautiful and there's so much to see and do there.
Yes.
You know, with Amsterdam, especially being one of the healthiest cities in the world because everybody rides a bicycle. You've got 880,000 bicycles in that country. I mean, there is just really, it's a wonderful way of life and a wonderful thing to experience. So then we move along and you mentioned Paris and Normandy.
Yes, we're going to do Paris and Normandy in August. August the 13th is departure. And you tell me a little bit about that. That's one that I haven't completely done. I know we go to Le Havre and Rouen and Verone and.
Right. This itinerary, I think, is definitely for everyone. If you are interested in war history, one of the most unique parts to this itinerary is that we visit the beaches of Normandy. And we are the only river line that actually does a private ceremony on the beaches of Normandy for our guests. It is probably one of the most moving experiences you will ever have. And to see the beaches and to know what went on there, you just feel it. I mean, you just feel the atmosphere and you can imagine in your mind what really truly took place there. The other thing is this is known as the River of the Arts. So we have a lot of Monet. We visit Giverny, we visit his home, and literally we sit in his garden and you can see what he put on canvas. It is absolutely breathtaking. It's all still there. You feel it, you enjoy it, you can see it, you can envision it. And there's some Van Gogh influence in this area along that river, being the river of the arts. It's a beautiful river. It's hilly, it's green. It offers a lot of small little villages as well as the bigger cities, but it also visits the beautiful port city of Le Havre. And the beautiful port city of Le Havre is actually one of the most important port cities in France. So you've got the nice things of food that you get from the big bodies of water. So you have amazing oysters and amazing seafood along this route as well as some beautiful wines, but a lot of beautiful champagnes because we're not far from the Champagne region. Okay. So really a nice variety of history, beautiful for gastronomy as far as the foods and the wines and the variety of foods and wines. So really, really nice.
Speaking of gastronomy, it makes me think have you mentioned Le Chien Rôtisseur, because that's a French culinary organization. And tell me about Amma and
Okay, Le Chien Rôtisseur. Le Chien Rôtisseur was established in 1248. It is a culinary wonder of the world, but it is a society. I call it a society of foodies and winies, if you will, because they love food and wine and the experience that brings and enriches to our cultures. And we were inducted in 2014, at the time, only riverline ever inducted into this society. And today there is only one other riverline that has ever even been approached by Le Chien Rôtisseur. So what that really means to the guest is it's 5-star dining at all, every meal. Every single meal we offer on board with the finest premium wines hand selected by our owners. So the Le Chien is very much a prestigious award that we have been given and inducted into this society. No one else can say that.
Yes, and Amma can. So, okay, so then our next one, we're moving on to Rhine castles and Swiss Alps. I did this last year. Oh my goodness, I love Rhine castles and Swiss Alps. To go to the Rhine Gorge and the Rhine Falls and sailing the Rhine. Rhine is for wine. Wine lovers, this is your cruise. So you want to tell me a little bit about the Rhine?
Sure. The Rhine River actually takes you from the beautiful floating country of the Netherlands down into Switzerland. So you see 4 countries along the way, or upstream. Either way, it's not going to make a difference. You're going to still get to see everything the same. Speaking of the Rhine, as you mentioned, the wines are beautiful. The Rhine River's topography is a bit different than the other rivers in that it's very mountainous, but it's also kind of a rigid, rocky style mountain, different than the Danube, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. But the Rhine has castles. And we travel the Rhine Gorge. We see 40 different castles with all of their history and the structures and the stories of the families throughout the war and what made them so special. But also remembering along all these rivers, the cities and villages are built to the water's edge, because that is exactly what and how Europe was established, was along the waterways. So for trading. That was the purpose of it all. The beautiful thing about these rivers, and the Rhine River runs a very close tie to being #1 of all the rivers in Europe. And that is because I think the beauty of the small villages built to the water's edge, but also because those vineyards are absolutely, they do not waste 1 inch of space. They go sideways, up, down, crossover, and every single row is a different kind of grape. I mean, they have so many varietals in that area, but also along the Rhine, because you're getting France, you're seeing Germany, you got Switzerland, and you also get the beautiful floating Netherlands. You're getting a real true taste of many different countries that really have nothing in common, similar wines, when it comes to food, to culinary experiences, or the gastronomy experience overall. So I love the Rhine. I think the Rhine has some of the prettiest, you talk about Strasbourg and, the country that changed back and forth 3 times. Finally, in 1944, the Germans gave it back to the French. So you're talking about a multicultural city. You've got a lot of different cultures on this particular itinerary with lots and lots of choices, up to 6 per day with on the water, which no one else offers. So you really get to see it all.
And the new portion of Rhine Castles and Swiss Alps is the 3 nights in Lake Como, Italy.
Absolutely.
Talk about lovely.
Oh my goodness, this is one of the most prestigious, affluent vacation destinations in Europe, but really in the world.
Yes.
And it's beautiful. It's amongst the lakes, and you've got the ocean actually right there as well. But we do a lot of really nice tours. We stay in a 5-star property there, and you've got plenty of free time, and we have beautiful guided tours, and we did a lake tour on this one, but you've got lots of free time to discover Italy as well. And when you're talking about gastronomy, that area is another one that is fantastic. So now, by including this, you can mark off one more country on your bucket list and see them all.
That's right. And just be sure to wear pants that have elastic in the waist.
That's right. Exactly. You will definitely need that and comfortable shoes.
Yes,
because you're not going to miss one corner of any of this.
Absolutely. I do want to mention along the Rhine, we are going November the 14th. So we're doing 3 nights pre at Lake Como, Italy, and then we start in Basel and we go from Basel up to Amsterdam. But we will be there right after the harvest. And so I love Europe in the fall because the colors are gorgeous and it's just, the weather's perfect. It's just a wonderful time to be in Europe. So we'll move from the Rhine onto the Danube, and we start the Danube. We're going to do 2 nights pre in Budapest.
Okay.
And that starts November 23rd, and we'll be there 23rd, 24th, and then we board in Budapest, and we go from Budapest up to Nuremberg, and then from Nuremberg we'll go into Prague for 3 nights post. So this is a lovely itinerary, and you'll be there just as the Christmas markets are opening. So the cool thing about this is you will get to spend Thanksgiving on the ship. So you get an American holiday, but then you get to start the Christmas holiday in Europe. I mean, what a wonderful way to start the Christmas season.
I have to tell you, Mindy, that itinerary offers so many wonderful, wonderful things. And I agree with you. I travel to Europe in the fall every single year. Yes. And even at this point in time, the leaves are still changing in the vineyards. There are grapes still hanging in the vineyards because this is where they do the ice wines. Yes. So you still get to experience that. It's mystical in the daytime. It's comfortable. There's no crowds. It is absolutely a wonderful time. You can still do the hiking. We've got the bicycles, weather permitting, but it's absolutely a beautiful time to go. And one of the things that's the feature of the Danube is the Vacao Valley. Yes. And the Vacao Valley is about 26 miles, I believe, and it is through the most mountainous, most beautiful part. Coming through Austria, actually coming out of Hungary through Slovakia into Austria. Absolutely breathtaking with the rolling mountains, the lush green, the castles lit up. The sun is setting a little bit earlier this time of year. You still see the beautiful vineyards with the changing colors. It is magical. And Christmas time in Europe, everyone should experience this in their lifetime. Christmas time in Europe is difficult to explain other than magical. Yes. It truly is the magic of the holidays. Yes. And every market is different. And this itinerary is really, it's quite unique because it does go all the way up the Danube to Nuremberg. Yes. And Nuremberg is one of the largest Christmas markets in the world and one of the oldest Christmas markets in the world. So you'll see these little villages like Melk, Austria, with the beautiful, beautiful setting there. And it will have 5 booths at the Christmas market. And you get into Nuremberg and you're in the palace area, the castle area, and it has 500 booths. So it is really a wonderful way to celebrate the holidays, but also really to experience a lot of the war history. We still offer, even though it's Christmas time, we still offer every other single excursion that we have. Regensburg on the gondola through the vineyards, all the way to Nuremberg, where you can do the war history as well as the Christmas market. So beautiful, beautiful little villages along this route with lots and lots of history.
Yes, I love Nuremberg at Christmas. We had a customer one time, a guest with us one time, and he said it so eloquently, the Christmas markets envelop all 5 of your senses.
Yes, they do. They do. They touch your sight, your sight, your taste, your touch, your smell, and your sound.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Don't forget the Glühwein, because you got to have Glühwein at every market so you can get your Glühwein cup.
Absolutely. Your souvenir Christmas mugs. I bring them home and they go right back out to regift every year.
I do too. I do
It
too.
is the markets, to explain the markets, a lot of times I do it as you're walking into a Christmas market, there's 100 fresh cut Christmas trees.
Mhm.
You're walking through this, you're hearing the music. And as you reach the other side of the Christmas trees, you're seeing all of the lit up booths with everything around you decorated with lights and sound, and a choir singing in the middle of the market. And all the restaurateurs are out and they're cooking sausage and kraut and vegetables. And then they've also got all the pastries and they're doing, oh my gosh, it is unbelievable. And I've been to the markets many times, but I'll tell you, every single time I go, I do something new, I try something new, and I see something new.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't have to say, for the men in the crowd, maybe you're not the traditional guy, or maybe your wife is all about the holidays. There's plenty for you to do too. So you can go to the markets and you can find a beautiful coffee cafe or a nice glass of wine and sit on the outer edges, or you can go do a different tour and not even include the markets.
The funny thing is, though, even guys that we've traveled with in the past that were like, oh, I'm not into Christmas, they're taken in by this because it really is magical. It opens up their heart and they're different for experiencing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You've never seen Christmas decorations till you've been to Europe at the holiday season. We just don't do it the same here.
No,
I'm excited to put up my fake tree out of the attic, and nothing over there. They have Christmas trees in every store, in every entryway, everywhere you go, all decorated. The smells, the fragrance. I mean, it's amazing.
The gingerbread. Yeah.
Oh,
I tell people if it'll stand still for 5 minutes, they'll hang lights on it.
That's exactly the truth. I mean, and oh my goodness, and they love the holiday season. And they also love for us to experience it with them. It's such a part of their ancient culture, to be quite honest. And so, the local people every night, they stop by on their way home and they stop at the market and they have a glühwein and a sausage and see their friends and family, pick up a gift here and there, but they do it the entire Christmas season. They do it every day because it is such a beautiful celebration.
And I do want to mention, when we were there last fall, they were so glad to have us back. Oh my goodness. After what the world has been through for the last couple of years, I had one lady, literally a shopkeeper, just stood and cried. And she says, thank you so much for coming back. We missed you so much. And they were talking about me. They were talking about travel. So
absolutely. And I'll tell you, Mindi, I was just in Europe in November and December this year. And I have to say, the only thing I say is pack a little extra baggie full of patience. And that's all you need. That is all you need. Your vaccine card, and if there's a QR code, it just depends on the country, but you can tell them exactly what they need to do. It's very simple. It was printing off a form for the German government that I filled out. It was not hard, but we did it. We got there, and then it was just a matter of in customs showing them my cart, and I went right through. It's as easy or easier, I think, than it has been even in the past, because they have the protocols all worked out. And so it's perfect. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it's time to go. All of us are tired of being at home. And I have to tell you, it was easy. It was easy. And I'm so glad that I did it, so I can speak about it as you did in the fall. Speak about it from experience. Oh my goodness. It was absolutely, don't worry. Let us worry for you. Let Mindi worry for you. We'll worry with her. We will make sure everything is taken care of. And we also take care of if you need a test on the return. We do everything at Alma Waterways. We make sure that you are handled and you have no hiccups. And more so, you don't need to worry. Let us do all of that for you.
Absolutely. That's a great segue to talk about the cruise managers quickly. I am so thankful for the cruise managers that Alma Waterway has on board. They are wonderful. All English speaking crew. I think that's so important. All English speaking crew, a cruise manager that is with you from the time you get to your first hotel until the time he's the first person you see, the last person you see. And the cruise managers are wonderful. They're fun. They're vivacious, but they're so knowledgeable about the region, and they're there to assist with at every turn. They're there. And we'll be there too. So you will be in good hands. You won't have anything to worry about. We're going to take care of everything. I quickly want to go over the pricing. This is so exclusive. We can't actually give the pricing on our video, but we can talk about it. It's all inclusive. So this is the first time Alma's done that. So we're talking a French balcony cabin, which the pricing, once you see the pricing, the entire pricing is less expensive than what a standard French balcony is. So you've got the French balcony, you've got complimentary air, complimentary land,
Now,
complimentary.
Mindy, before you go on, the land package is going to be a pre or a post extension like we
Right.
mentioned.
Right.
So it's going to be going in early, doing a land program that you wouldn't normally get to do. Maybe it's not on the river when we're talking about Como, when we're talking about Prague, when we're talking Budapest is on the river, but this is included in your packaging.
Right.
These extra nights. Okay.
Right. And that is not typical. Those are additional
No.
costs. So this is amazing. So you've got your French balcony, you've got your complimentary air, you've got your complimentary land package, you've got complimentary ports. And what am I forgetting?
Transfers, all
Transfers.
your transfers,
Yes,
and your
yes.
travel waiver plus, which
Yes.
is it's a financial protection for your investment. All of that is now packaged together.
Yes.
It's the first time we've ever done anything like it.
Right.
So-
The pricing is so good. You've got to call though, or email me, because
Right.
we are not allowed to publish the pricing. I can give you teasers and I can tell you, if you know what a French balcony costs, this is about going to be the same as what
It's everything.
everything. And it's everything, not just the French balcony. So call me. My phone number is 316-409-0174. And I'm Mindy with Anywhere But Here Travel. You can text me at that same number, or you can email me at TTangoRomeo Girl, GIRL 71@gmail.com. So call me, text me. This sale is a very short window. And the reason it's going to be so short is because limited availability. But if one of these itineraries is not what you want, or you can't go during that time, call me, because we've got other dates available as well. Those are just 4 that we thought might really interest people. So Marci, thank you so much for joining me today.
Sure. Thank you, Mindy. We appreciate it. I am looking forward to hosting everyone on the river again. I can't wait to go back.
I know, me too. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for having me. Have a great week.
You bet. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mars. Bye.